Hold on to your seats, America, because the political bombshell we are about to unpack will leave you speechless. Imagine this. A single signature in Washington, a promise to save American jobs, has instead obliterated 100,000 livelihoods in under 2 years. Yes, you heard that right. 100,000 jobs gone. Metal tariffs, sold as the ultimate shield for United States workers, have turned into a devastating wrecking ball, crushing the very heart of American industry. From Ohio's Rust Belt to Michigan's factories, workers who once cheered for protectionism are now packing their bags, facing unemployment and losing faith in the system. Today, we are diving headfirst into this shocking saga of tariffs, trade wars, and broken promises, exposing the raw truth behind the headlines. Are these policies saving America or sabotaging it? Let us peel back the layers of this economic catastrophe and find out who is really paying the price. When the White House slapped a 25% tariff on steel and a 10% tariff on aluminum, the crowd roared, believing it would resurrect American manufacturing. National security was the rallying cry, a promise to make industry great again. But here is the gut punch. Within months, steel prices skyrocketed by 26% and aluminum jumped 10 to 12%. Factories did not reopen. They downsized or shuttered. Cameron Manufacturing in Missouri, once a stable employer of 50, was gutted to just 7 workers, not from a lack of orders, but because material costs choked their contracts. Businesses across the United States, from automakers to soda can makers, are drowning in costs. Ford Motor Company alone is shelling out an extra $1 billion a year. And who is footing the bill? You, the American consumer, paying more for everything: cars, appliances, even your morning Coke. This is not just policy, it is a betrayal of the workers who believed in the dream. While the United States points fingers at allies like Canada, labeling their steel a threat, the real threat is at home. Canada, supplying 40% of United States aluminum, was not spared, treated like an enemy in a global monopoly game. Meanwhile, Canadian businesses pivot, snagging European contracts while American factories bleed. The irony, a policy meant to protect jobs, has unleashed a spiral of layoffs, price hikes, and small business collapses. Workers like Tim, a 15-year factory veteran, now deliver Uber Eats trading steel for sandwiches in the dead of winter. The cost to save one metal job, a staggering $600 to $900,000 per year, according to Investopedia. That is like draining an entire aquarium to save one fish. Is this America first or America forgotten? Are workers being shielded, or is this just a political stunt to win votes while industries crumble? Stay tuned as we unravel this mess, because the truth is more shocking than you think. Buckle up, because this political roller coaster just got wilder. The metal tariffs that promised to save American jobs have instead sparked a trade war that is torching the economy. And the biggest shocker, America's closest ally, Canada, is caught in the crossfire. Picture this: a 50% tariff on steel and aluminum slapped on a neighbor that supplies 40% of United States aluminum and ranks as the number 2 steel provider. This is not just policy. It is like punching your best friend in the face and calling it national security. Canada, a nation that has fought alongside the United States and built a shared economic backbone, is now treated like a threat. The result, a supply chain that has been the lifeblood of industries from Detroit to Dallas, is crumbling. Cars, planes, even your soda cans rely on Canadian materials. But one decree turned that reliable pipeline into a national security risk. Absurd, right? Canada did not just sit there. They hit back and hard. Within weeks, they slapped tariffs on 16 billion of American goods, targeting icons like Florida oranges and Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Why? Because those hit voters where it hurts. A masterclass in smart retaliation. Canadian breweries even got in on the action, releasing beer cans etched with tariff-affected aluminum to flex their national pride. But here is the real sting. While United States workers lose jobs 100,000 and counting, Canada's aluminum industry thrives, pivoting to Europe and Asia. Their government invests in tech to stabilize prices, keeping sodas affordable in Toronto while Americans pay more in Detroit. Back home, the fallout is brutal. Small businesses like machine shops and contractors are suffocating under soaring steel costs. A Missouri metal worker shared, "We did not lose contracts because of demand. We lost them because we could not afford the materials." Factories are slashing jobs with recruitment at a 9-year low. Meanwhile, the White House claims these tariffs stabilize industries. Yet, the evidence screams otherwise. Consumers are hit hardest with car prices up $3,000, home renovations ballooning, and even kids' bikes costing more. The Peterson Institute warns these tariffs add 0.5% to annual inflation, draining billions from your pockets. This is not protectionism. It is a policy misfire that is burning American wallets. While Canada builds trade bridges, the United States builds barriers, leaving workers like Tim now delivering Uber Eats to wonder where the great again went. Is this America first or America alone? Are we punishing allies to score political points, or is there a deeper game at play? The truth is unraveling, and it is more explosive than you think. Stick with us. Get ready for a jaw-dropping truth bomb, America, because the tariff saga just took a sinister turn. While politicians parade promises of protecting workers, the real winners are laughing all the way to the bank. CEOs of steel giants raking in millions, while factories close and families struggle. Picture this. United States steel stock soared 40% weeks after the 2018 tariffs, padding executive bonuses like molten gold. Yet 100,000 workers lost jobs. The American Iron and Steel Institute, a lobbying powerhouse, spends millions to tilt policy in their favor, whispering in Washington's ears while small businesses choke. Meanwhile, companies like General Motors and John Deere, employing thousands of Americans, are hemorrhaging hundreds of millions from skyrocketing steel and aluminum costs. The irony, these tariffs, sold as a shield for workers, are crushing the very industries that keep America running. Automakers, appliance makers, even farmers. The CEO of Nucor, a steel titan, pocketed $23 million in a single year, while steelworkers grind 12-hour shifts for $60,000, praying their plant does not close. Across the border, Canada plays a smarter game. When United States tariffs hit, their government did not just retaliate with $16 billion in counter tariffs. They invested in small factories and workers, ensuring no one is left behind. In the United States, it is a different story. Consumers are slammed with higher prices, from $3,000 pricier cars to costlier Coca-Cola cans. Ford is crying over a $1 billion hit, passing costs to you at the dealership. Small businesses like Missouri's Cameron Manufacturing slashed jobs not for lack of orders, but because materials became unaffordable. This is not protection. It is a policy that picks winners and losers, and the losers are everyday Americans. The Peterson Institute pegs these tariffs as adding 0.5% to inflation, bleeding billions from households already stretched thin. While Canada stabilizes prices, keeping SUVs and sodas affordable, United States families choose between groceries and bills. A driver in Ohio told NPR, "I do not know steel, but my car is $3,000 more, so I am stuck with my old clunker." That is the mood. Quiet frustration, not loud enough for protests, but enough to erode trust. History is repeating itself. In 2002, similar tariffs cost 200,000 jobs, dwarfing the steel industry's workforce. Yet, here we are doubling down on a failed playbook. Is this policy for workers or just a gift to big steel's boardrooms? Are we building a stronger America or just richer CEOs? The truth is uglier than you think, and the stakes are higher than ever. Stay tuned for more. Brace yourself, America, because this tariff train wreck is exposing a brutal truth. The America First mantra might just be leaving America alone. While politicians spin tales of revived factories, the reality is a gut punch. 100,000 jobs vaporized, small businesses bankrupted, and consumers squeezed dry. These metal tariffs, sold as a patriotic lifeline, are strangling the heart of United States industry. Steel prices spiked 26%, aluminum 10 to 12%, hammering everyone from car makers to can manufacturers. Ford is burning $1 billion yearly, passing costs to buyers like you. While Coca-Cola jacks up soda prices, even your kid's bike costs more. Meanwhile, Canada, our so-called threat, is outsmarting us. They did not just slap $16 billion in counter tariffs on American oranges and Harleys. They pivoted, inking European Union trade deals and boosting Asia ties. Their aluminum industry thrives, supported by tech investments, not trade wars. In Toronto, a Coke still costs the same. In Detroit, you are digging deeper. The 2002 tariffs already proved this playbook fails. 200,000 jobs, lost then more than the entire steel workforce. Yet in 2025, we are stuck in the same loop, with factories cutting staff and investments stalling. Small manufacturers like those in Ohio are folding, not from weak demand, but from unaffordable materials. Workers like Tim, once loyal to the Make America Great promise, now deliver Uber Eats scraping by in winter's chill. The kicker: each protected metal job costs $600,000 to $900,000 yearly per Investopedia, a price tag that could fund entire communities. While Canada cushions its workers, the United States leaves them drowning. Big steel CEOs like Nucor's pocket $23 million, while workers earn $60,000 fearing layoffs. The American Iron and Steel Institute's lobbying millions ensure their voices drown out yours in Washington. This is not protectionism. It is a rigged game where the powerful win and you lose. Consumers face 0.5% extra inflation per the Peterson Institute, siphoning billions from wallets for policies nobody voted on. An Ohio driver told NPR his car is $3,000 pricier, forcing him to keep his rust bucket. That is the vibe. Silent resentment eroding faith in the system. Canada is building trade bridges. We are building walls. Are we trapped by nostalgic slogans? Gambling workers' futures on failed ideas? Is America First just a fancy cover for corporate handouts? The evidence is screaming and the fallout is just beginning. Stay locked in for the final blow. Hold your breath, America, because this tariff catastrophe's final twist will blow your mind. The promise to save United States workers has morphed into a nightmare, with 100,000 jobs obliterated and prices skyrocketing from cars to Coca-Cola. These metal tariffs, hyped as a patriotic win, are bleeding the nation. Dry consumers, small businesses, and workers are paying the price for a policy that is enriching a select few. Steel prices surged 26%, aluminum 10 to 12%, forcing Ford to eat $1 billion hit and pass it to you at the pump. Small manufacturers like Missouri's Cameron Manufacturing slashed jobs not for lack of orders, but because materials became unaffordable. Workers like Tim, once factory stalwarts, now deliver sandwiches betrayed by the America First dream. Meanwhile, Canada is playing chess while we are stuck in checkers. Their $16 billion counter tariffs hit American icons like Harley-Davidson, and their pivot to European Union and Asian markets keeps their economy humming. Canadian sodas stay cheap. Ours do not. Their government backs workers with tech investments, while United States policies leave them drowning. History is laughing at us. 2002's tariffs cost 200,000 jobs. Yet here we are repeating the disaster. The American Iron and Steel Institute's lobbying millions ensure Big Steel's CEOs like Nucor's $23 million earner cash in, while workers scrape by on $60,000 fearing layoffs. Each saved job costs $600,000 to $900,000 yearly per Investopedia, money that could rebuild communities. Consumers face 0.5% extra inflation per the Peterson Institute, draining billions from wallets for decisions we did not make. An Ohio driver told NPR his car is $3,000 pricier, forcing him to cling to his clunker. That is the pulse, quiet anger fading trust. Canada's trade agility shames our nostalgic barriers. So what is the fix? Learn new skills, digital analytical supply chain to stay ahead. Businesses pivot to non-tariffed suppliers or automate to cut costs. States like Indiana and Texas offer tax breaks. Seize them. But the real question looms: who is winning this tariff game? Big Steel or the silent majority footing the bill? Are we blindly trusting policies that history proves fail? Or is it time to demand accountability? Have you felt the sting of price your cars, sodas, or bikes? Can America learn from Canada's trade smarts? Or are we doomed to repeat this cycle? Drop your thoughts below. Your voice could spark the change we need. Subscribe, hit the bell, and join the fight for truth in this economic chaos.